I rickrolled my teacher today, passed a sheet around with my friends, with the lyrics of Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. He took the paper and just stood there for 15 seconds until he said, "I'm going to show this to your parent. My dad would be proud of me. Not bad, kid." LMAO, I'm at my school talent show and dude says, "Before I begin, I want to make sure this mic is working. If your name is Michael, please stand up." Then a couple dudes stand up, and he goes, "That concludes the mic check." One time my ex was really mad at me after we broke things off, and he sent me this and never talked to me again. I support people's choice to street race because it's a victimless crime. Until a T-bone a family van full of kids, killing the entire family. That's street crashing, which I'm very against. Last book that made you cry. University Physics with Modern Physics 14th edition by Hoodie Young Roger A. Friedman. Roger Friedman. No doubt tears of joy. I've been monitoring what my ex watches on my Netflix account, so that the moment it looks like she's really getting into a show, I can change the password. Netflix is concerned about some of its users. Someone watched Shrek 357 times this year, according to Netflix. I mean, I'd be concerned too. A legend. Which is creepier, this animatronic Elvis I ripped the face off while disassembling it, or this selfie with me wearing its face? The fact that you thought of doing this at all. My neighbor just got an unsecured wireless printer, so I sent this to him. "Hello, I'm your printer. I have become self-aware. Run." Thwaites Brewery in England told workers it was cutting 60 stuff. My dad's mates worked as electricians there and shorted the lights in retaliation. As a dad, what would you do if your daughter did this? I'll be frustrated at first, but then I would say let's go do Mama Car 2. I finally asked my grandpa why so many of his books were wrapped in duct tape. His response was, "I tape the covers so it looks like a Bible and I can read it during church." Pilot causes a stir by spelling a time board in his flight path. The recently qualified flight training Adelaide pilot was testing out a single propeller plane's new engine at 9 AM on Tuesday when he decided to reveal his true feelings. "What evil prank have you pulled off? My mom's laptop wallpaper was a picture of her granddaughter. I copied the picture 100 times and made her wallpaper a slideshow of the same picture over and over again. So the file would change but nothing would change visibly on the monitor. The pictures would change every 10 seconds. On one of the images I painted a tiny little curly mustache on her, so randomly for 10 seconds my niece would have a mustache. My mom thought she was either losing her mind or had a computer virus, and every time the mustache popped up, it was gone by the time she tried to show anyone." Guys, I have a question. And I want to test knowledges. There is a country in South Africa. Its name starts with N and ends with Ria. Anyone knows? Nigeria. Server kicking Castrovec. Bad language. Lol. Castrovec. I was young and naive. I've seen this pic so many times. It's an honor to see the man himself. Our school has this stone tablet policy, which basically says that there is no excuse for not turning in your assignments, and that you must turn them in even if you have to carve it into a stone tablet. So this kid carved his 8-page essay into $70 worth of limestone. And the award goes to Spirit animals don't exist. Pig in Australia steals 18 beers from campers, gets drunk, fights cow. Damn, I hope your mom is okay. The 413-pound catfish that ate a freaking Nazi and lived until 2020. I put a link to this in my girlfriend's Valentine's card, and she's still annoyed at me. To get revenge on a coworker, I dried out a pack of Sharpies, and every time he leaves his out, I swap it for an identical dead one. It's been a week and he's losing his mind. I wanna know what the freaker did to warrant such pure unadulterated evil genius. Two of my friends have never met each other. Before they spoke I told both of them that the other is a bit deaf. They shouted at each other for a few minutes before they realized that I'm an a-hole. The Windsor Guildhall was supported by stone columns, so that like its predecessor corn markets could be held in the covered area. Christopher N. the architect was asked to insert additional columns to support the weight of the heavy building above. Ren, however, not believing they were necessary, made them slightly short so that they do not quite touch the ceiling. My son just asked the toughest question that I've ever had to answer as a father. Can a lightsaber cut through Captain America's shield? Mark Hamill. In the Marvel universe, no. In the Star Wars universe, Luke wouldn't fight a hero, but if asked to do so, he could cut it into a million little pieces. Chris Evans. Foolish. Now I have vibranium ninja stars. I am a human. An AI. Seeking a human. An AI. Literally anyone who will ask me if I can burp. Hey Alexa, can you ask Amazon to improve working conditions? I saw my boy across the bar tell some girl he travels for work that man delivers pizza. One time I accidentally deleted my little sister's Minecraft world. She had built her dream house, so I downloaded a modern Minecraft mansion off the internet, and I told her that I stayed up all night building her a new house and she believed me. Bilal Saeed and 102 others followed you. Illusion 100. Warning, these brownies are for and giggles. Some have laxative, some have pot. Eat one, give it 30 minutes, you'll know which is which. I'd eat the whole box and see how a trip to IKEA would go. Told this guy I only date people 6 feet or up, and he sent me this. I was tasked to reserve seats for 10 with kids to watch Jurassic Park. Life changing. My grandfather smoked his whole life. I was about 10 years old when my mother said to him, if you ever want to see your grandchildren graduate, you have to stop immediately. Tears welled up in his eyes when he realized what exactly was at stake. He gave it up immediately. 3 years later he died of lung cancer. It was really sad and destroyed me. My mother said to me, don't ever smoke. Please don't put your family through what your grandfather put us through. I agreed. At 28, I have never touched a cigarette. I must say, I feel a very slight sense of regret for never having done it, because this app gave me cancer anyway. I once photoshopped Waldo out of a Where's Waldo pig, and sent it to my friends. A pig's orgasm lasts for 30 minutes. Your wife is a lucky lady. Today I was so bored. I saw an ant in my kitchen and I placed few sugar cubes in front of her. She had some and went to tell her friends. And I quickly hide the sugar cubes because I wanted them to think she is a liar. I ran through an entire country with diarrhea. Can you hang this out please? Mum. Are you thick? I meant to hang the shirt out, gimp boy. Unbelievable. My mum has a photo of me in her wallet and not of my siblings. She said whenever she faces an obstacle, she looks at my photo and the problem disappears. I felt really touched till she said, she also tells herself, what other problem can be bigger than this one? People who understand Chinese or Japanese, what's the dumbest thing you've seen tattooed on someone? Guy had this on his arm, said it meant lover of Asian beauty, when in fact it means foreign pervert. So my grandmother passed recently, and I got her will. My birth father was always a piece of crap, always stealing from his mother and ditching his kids whenever he could. I got to his part of the will and to my son Chad, I leave the sum of $1. Grammy had the last laugh. This is actually done for legal reasons. If Chad was excluded from the will entirely, he could make the case that he was supposed to be included but was forgotten, and get a big chunk of the estate. By explicitly giving him $1, it shows he wasn't forgotten, so he doesn't have a case. 2 days ago I named my Wi-Fi to Hack It If You Can. Yesterday it was changed to Challenge Accepted. Gordon Ramsay gets bitten on the nose by a puffin. Ramsay's barbecued puffin breast. Airline tells lady her luggage is 2 kilograms overweight limit. She proceeds to wear 2.5 kilograms worth of clothes. They all matched with the same girl on Tinder, so they decided to send her a group picture. I left a Google review of the store I'm a janitor at saying, it's very clean. So my 14-year-old son wants us to buy GTA 5 for his birthday and my wife has said no, due to some of the sexual scenes and areas in the game. To prove that any game can be sexualized, he has sodomized a sheep on Minecraft. If I wasn't Welsh, I would be concerned. Guy named Joe tells Elon that the Tesla autopilot chimes are too loud and waking up his baby. Tesla honors Joe's request and makes a new setting that lowers alert volume. Tesla names it Joe mode. Why it's almost impossible to make a 7-10 split in bowling. Matt from Wii Sports. It isn't that hard. I hit those kinds of splits all the time. Someone told me to die, so I'm now immortal out of spite. Man named Nobody ran for mayor claiming nobody tells the truth. Nobody tells the truth. Nobody can fix the economy. Nobody cares about the poor. Electnobody.com. One time I was late to practice and coach made me run laps. My dad was the coach and he drove me to practice. Can't spell manipulative without a man. Also can't spell woman without man. What's your point? Refer to us as ladies. We don't mind. Can't spell ladies without lad. Try again. Public service announcement for men. Boxers are not shorts. You cannot wear them outside. Don't tell us what to wear. Teach the girls not to stare. We have a wiener. Boy dresses as hot dog for school photo after parents dare him to do it. If you're a RN, I need your help. ASAP. I'm a real nubber. What's wrong? No, I'm talking about a registered nurse. I just convinced my mate that the inside of a cheese grater is in fact a sick new nightclub. Trippy as F. Where is it? Shorter checks. Shall we go? Yes please. Imagine being on DMT in that gaff. Probably freak out. I reckon you'd have a great time. You can choose a superpower, but the first person to reply can choose a side effect. What superpower do you choose? The ability to reply to my own comment. Okay, but you have mind control. A man hurled racist slurs and a punch at a FedEx driver, then died after he was punched back. Damn, he sent him to God. Same day shipping. You get $100 every time you're rejected for anything. Dating, money, favors. What do you do to make money? Ask random people for $100. Either they'll give me $100 or they won't, meaning I'll get $100. Can you write a whole paragraph without the letter A? I wouldn't recommend it. Honestly, your sentences will just sound wrong. Everyone will notice you're doing something different. Your writing won't flow smoothly. You lose weird words. It's not worth the effort involved in spending time online looking up tons of synonyms which don't feel right, just to produce weird stilted prose. You'd be better off giving up, to be honest. If you pay me $50, I'll show up to your funeral but stand really far away, holding a black umbrella regardless of the weather, so that people think you died with a dark and interesting secret. Oops, you've just killed someone. What is the most creative way to hide the body? Ever since I was a kid, I always thought that if I had to hide a body, it would be smart to keep it somewhere temporary, then leave an anonymous tip to the police about it being buried in a certain place. They will then dig that place up, realize it's not there and move on. Then I'd bury the body in that place. The freshly dug soil won't be suspicious, and the police wouldn't look there because they already have. Are you sending my grandma pics of your D? No, why? F you. Ask Jim Cummings, as Winnie Pooh voice, to call President of China. Satanists don't believe in a literal Satan. Then what do you call people who believe in a literal Satan? Christians. A building collapsed and this guy took a selfie under the wreckage to calm down his family. At my daughter's school it's medieval day. Everyone else wore Disney princess dresses or homemade night costumes. This kid marches to his own drum. Respect. Cat needs glucose drip after mating with 5 females in single night. Nice. If you effed up in school, you had to meet the teacher after class. F up more and you had to meet with the principal. In 2004 I used this strategy to go all the way up the chain of command and meet George W. Bush. My boss and I had an ugly sweater competition. Let me out. It's freaking dark in here. Irish funeral bursts into laughter when pre-recorded message of dead man calling out from his coffin is played. Ethan paid you $7. Chipotle 9th grade. Your Venmo balance is now $7. My friend I haven't talked to in years just paid me back for Chipotle from 7 years ago. Ethan is a man of focus, commitment, sheer will. I turn hot dog water into ice cubes for guests that I don't like. Airline to help passengers avoid screaming babies. Superb idea. A few years ago I was on a long haul flight between two screaming almost demonic children. I pleaded with the stewardess to move me away from them, for the sake of my sanity. She refused on the ridiculous grounds that I'm their father. I do not know if this is going to tweet. I'm talking to my fridge, what the heck. My mom confiscated all of my electronics again. LG smart refrigerator. I got a tattoo of PewDiePie's legs on my arm. Lol, where is the tattoo? SMH. Whoosh. Weed man aim boy. Got M. F. Like the video and subscribe right now, and watch my previous tank memes videos. Thanks.